There's a distinct top two among the NFL draft safeties heading into this class, but it's really going to depend on what you want. Do you want more of an all-around game of Jamal Adams, or do you want the range and the ball skills of Malik Hooker of Ohio State? We're going to talk about it right now. Brendan Albert is back. We're finishing up our top 5 series, talking safeties, baby.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah. All right. So number 1 right out of the jump, I'll let you go. Who you got?
See, there's no doubt in my mind I got Adams over Hooker. And The thing is Adams' best attribute is probably one of the least sexy things if you're not a huge football nerd like I am. Jamal Adams' ability to tackle in space is elite. I mean, he can walk into the NFL, tackle in space, no problem. Is he going to knock you out? Probably not. Is he going to be a guy who's going to pick 10 balls off a year? I don't think so. But he's not going to let receivers gain plus yardage. I think he walks into the NFL ready to play a strong safety role right now.
Yeah. All right, I got Hooker as my number 1 guy because of the range. I guess I'm for the sexy guys. The guys are going to pick balls off. So you got the range, you got the explosiveness, you got the ball skills of Hooker. But, you talk about Adams. I mean, yeah, you're right about his tackling in space. It's exceptional. It's unbelievable. So I'll let you talk about Hooker now. I'm assuming that's your number 2.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, Hooker's my number 2 guy. And both of these guys are going to end up being top 10 picks. Now, it just becomes of what you need. Do you need more of the box physical safety to help you in the run game and the quick game? Then Adams is your dude. Do you need a center fielder who's going to play over the top? Then it's Hooker. Now, everyone knows about the production of Hooker. Everybody knows how he can get sideline to sideline, make interceptions on the balls, yada, yada, yada. And all that's completely true. I'm not going to diminish that. However, 2 major concerns I have with Hooker. 1, he's not someone with a lot of experience. Playing the free safety game is something I want my guy to have a lot of experience in because route combinations, play actions, ways the offense can scheme you. I want my free safety to be a guy who's a vet and who can walk in intellectually and say, I'm good. Hooker doesn't have that. Now, his production's there, no doubt, but it's a little bit of a concern for me there, okay? Other thing that concerns me, he's not a very good tackler at all. And he's not
out of control. Like, he overruns a lot.
He does. And I have to wonder, how much is he overrunning on purpose because he doesn't want to tackle? Now, I'm not saying that because I know the dude or anything like that, but if you're not physical in college, how the hell am I supposed to believe you're going to be physical in the NFL? I mean, that's just the simple facts of it. So Hooker, he's still a top 10 pick, but he could end up being a bust. And I don't mean that just because, like, I'm saying, oh, he's definitely a bust. I'm saying his lack of production for a long time, his lack of experience concerns me, and his lack of tackling ability concerns me too. So Hooker's a top 10 talent, but I also could see a big bust coming with him.
Yeah. And the other thing with him is, like, he's strictly that center field guy. He's not going to play man coverage.
Yep.
So that's what it is with him. All right, my number 3 is Jabril Peppers. We talked about him extensively in our linebacker show, so I don't really know if we really need to delve into him further, but he's going to be that safety / nickel dime linebacker. So that's Jabril Peppers. He's a jack of all trades. He can do a little bit of everything. So he's my number 3.
Yep. I actually have Josh Jones from NC State ahead of Jabril Peppers. Now, J-Pep's a dude. I mean, everybody knows his athletic abilities there. You can move him all around the field. He gets the job done, yada, yada, yada. That's fine. But he doesn't create the turnovers that I really want. Now, Josh Jones, he's bigger than Peppers. He came in the NFL Combine at 6'1", 220, while Peppers came in at 210. Also, Josh Jones ran a 4.41, being 10 pounds heavier than Peppers. Love that. Has great athletic ability. Maybe not necessarily as Jabril Peppers, but he's an athlete too. Fluid player, and he attacks the ball. If you want someone to come downhill and just flat out smoke you, Josh Jones is going to do it. I mean, he is someone, I'm comfortable with him playing center field or the strong safety. I like him a little more in the strong, but I really, really like Josh Jones. Now, trade-off, he's a big hit or miss hit. He comes downhill with that type of aggression, and I'm okay. I can deal with that. I'd rather a guy who wants to come downhill and smoke you rather than the guy who's timid. There's a little bit of a concern there. Overly aggressive, though. Play action, zone read stuff. He'll take the cheese more often than he doesn't. So there's a little bit of a concern there for me. But I think he's going to be one of those guys. He's going to get a name called earlier in the first round than I think most people expect. I'd see him anywhere from the 20s to the end of the first round. I think he's a dude. I like him a lot.
Yeah. Now my number 4 guy is Buda Baker, and when I saw his measurements, at the combine, I'm like, wow, like it looks like he plays a lot bigger than his size.
Yep.
This guy, he's not as big as I thought he was going to be. But
Mhm.
you look at what he did at Washington, leading tackler at Washington, big hitter. I like him a little bit. I think he's got some range. I like him. He's my number 4.
Adrian, you know who he is?
Who is he?
He's Bob Sanders.
Bob Sanders.
He's Bob Sanders, man. He's undersized, but he's leading the team in tackles. He'll come downhill and smoke you. He's a very, very good tackler. But the thing is his form is not great. He's one of those guys like Bob Sanders did. I'm worried he might hurt himself. I mean, Bob Sanders blew his body apart with the way he played, and everyone loved it. I mean, look, he was one of the best defensive players I can remember. But Buda Baker, he's right behind. He currently right now is sitting as my 5 safety. Actually, I have Peppers as my 4. Buda Baker is one of those guys. He's probably going to be an early second rounder. He's a very, very talented, strong safety. But he's not a great center fielder. He's definitely more of the box player, closer to Jameel Adams. But he's a good, solid player, as long as he doesn't hurt himself, of course.
Yeah. All right, so now it's time for your number 4, and this is where you can talk about Peppers a little bit.
Yeah, so I got J. Pep as my 4. Now, I talked about Peppers a little more over with our linebackers. Personally, while I think Josh Jones is a better player than Jabril Peppers, I think Jabril Peppers will get drafted ahead of him because Jabril Peppers has more experience playing the outside backer role, playing the strong safety, playing the free safety, playing the nickel. He shows more versatility than Josh Jones. I think Josh Jones ultimately is going to be a better pro than Jabril Peppers, but right now his tape shows him as more of a ready-to-play guy. Jabril Peppers is going to be great benefit for teams who are going to be in the nickel package a lot. Very good coverage player there. Jabril Peppers, though, he just doesn't have the turnovers that I really seek to be a first-round talent. I mean, he's probably going to go in the top 20, top 25, but I'm not in love with him unless you're a team who says we need someone to match up with tight ends and thicker slot receivers right away.
Yeah. All right, number 5. I don't know if I can pronounce this guy's name. Obi Melifonwu, safety out of Connecticut. And when I think of him, I think of Byron Jones and that the unbelievable athleticism that he has, the size, the speed. He's a freak. So I'm curious to see how he translates to the next level. Yeah, what are your thoughts on him?
Obi is the shooting star, man. I mean, he's one of those dudes where everyone's like, oh, wow, look at that shooting star. And then you realize, look at his production, and he's been that dude. This is not something that's like out of the blue. And personally, for me, I have him as my 6th player. I could see him getting into the first round. I think ultimately he'll probably be a early to mid-second round pick. For him, I kind of like him a little more as a strong safety, maybe playing in the robber coverage, not necessarily as a single high safety. He's a great tackler, very, very physical, good size, pretty good production. He's a little stiff in his hips, but that becomes common when you're his weight too. So I think for him, he's probably going to be a 6. He's probably a 6 safety, in my opinion. But I mean, man, we got some special dudes this year. So being in the 6th safety this year is something pretty special to be able to say.
So who's your number 5?
So my number, all right, let me kind of back up here. Adams was my 1.
Yeah.
Hooker was my 2. Josh Jones is my 3. Peppers is my 4. Buda Baker's my 5. My 6th guy is Marcus May from Florida. Okay. Now, Marcus May is one of those guys where he's got experience playing both, but I don't know what he excels at yet. Typically, if I in my background as being a defensive back guy myself, if I'm not sure if this guy's a strong or a free, I'm going to move him to strong, because if I move him to free, he makes a mistake. Usually it's a 60-yard touchdown. If I move him to strong and he makes a mistake, it's a 6 to 7-yard gain. So, Marcus May, I think he's probably going to be a guy in that mid to end of second round range. Really good tangibles. He actually had a lot of pass breakups, more than you would think. But that Florida, everyone talks about the University of Washington's defensive backs group. That Florida defensive backs group is something special, too, down there in Gainesville. So, Marcus May, he's my 6th safety.
All right, let's talk some sleepers. You got any sleepers?
I talked about him, earlier with the corners. Desmond King's my dude. I mean, if I'm a team sitting in that 3rd to 5th round, and these safeties are all gone, and I know I need one, I'm gonna take Desmond King. I think he's probably a hybrid between the corner and the safety right now. I think ultimately he's gonna make his money as a safety. Big fan of his 14 interceptions in college. Talked about it in the corner show. He's an Iron Man, dude. He played in 94% of Iowa snaps. He played in 46% of the special team snaps. So I know, hey, you know what? Even if he doesn't walk on the field as a starter on defense, good chance he'll walk on the field in the NFL as a starter on special teams. Love him. Not a straight line speed guy, which is why I kind of have him more in the safety than the corners. But I think he's going to be a great pick for whoever gets him. And if you want proof, put on the Michigan-Iowa tape and make a little chart. Write down every time Jabril Peppers makes a play, and write down every time Desmond King makes a play, and you'll be shocked at how many more plays Desmond King makes.
So there it is. Those are our safeties, our top 5 safeties. We're all done. We went through every position. How about that, Brendan?
Every position.
We got it all done, baby. Got her done. All right, so we're going to do our mock draft that's coming up at 7. This is going to be a lot of fun. So how do I explain this? Each person has a team. We got 4 guys, and each person got a team. We got a new member of the Bitterbirds. We're going to introduce them on the mock draft show. So each person has a team, and we're just going to go. And you'll see what we're talking about when we do it. This is going to be a lot of fun, though. So that's coming up at 7 o'clock. We're going to create the show right now. For Brendan Albert, I'm Adrian Fedque. We'll see you guys back in like 20 minutes.
See you then.